Alright, so let's get into this. Um, my appearance, goodness, I can't even talk. uh, I just got back from a ride, so that's why I'm wearing all this, and it's pretty cold out there, so, you know, you gotta wear some protection in the early morning. But, so, yeah, basically this whole weekend was, as you can see from the title, it was a bust. There were no yard sales that were really good. I mean, I knew kind of going into the weekend that I might not find anything just because it was like the number of yard sales was so paper thin. Like it was ridiculous. I mean, a wet tissue could punch a hole through it. But yeah, I kind of felt like I wasn't going to get anything, but at the same time, I felt like that before, and I found stuff. So, you know, it's early on, so maybe there's a few stumbling blocks. I started off all right, found Genesis games my first week, so I got free Game Boy and DS and last week. So, but yeah, I was expecting more. That being said, I did find some really cool stuff at the thrift stores, and I got some stuff in the mail. So I'm gonna actually open one of the packages at the end of the video, and hopefully it's not a load of horse shit like that LCD monitor was. But yeah, basically it was something I actually won off eBay, and it's an expensive game, but I ended up getting it for like $5. I found this week a Sesame Street Light and Learn quiz game, and you ask, why might I get this? And I tell you, because it is sealed, and it has been that way since it's had the date on here, 1977. So this thing is as old as Star Wars and the original Atari. It hasn't been opened. Even has like a Toys R Us price sticker on the side. So yeah, I knew this was probably gonna be worth something to some collector out there. So, and it was half off for anything with this type of sticker. So it ended up being like $2 or $1.50, something like that. So, yep. And I'm not sure if I showed this in the last video, but I got some PC games. I feel like I'm missing some, but I got the Curse of Monkey Island, and actually I didn't get this for myself. I got this for my brother because he likes these types of games. I like these type of games, but he definitely likes them a lot more. And I asked him if I ever came across this game, or any of the Monkey Island games, would he want me to pick them up? He said yeah. So that's for my brother. And I found System Shock 2, but I also found System Shock 1. I can't remember if I showed these off last time. I haven't checked the video, but if I did, these are the same ones. So yeah, System Shock 1 and 2. Found Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack, and this ended up being like $2. It has like a mail or some booklet in there, and this was released at the same time as the game, or around it. It says 1999. I think the game came out in 98 or 99, so cools. And there's some Japanese stuff I got, and I went through like a go-between service. Basically, a lot of places won't ship to America and Japan, and like if you're ordering stuff in Japan, they just won't ship it to an American address. They won't ship to an American address. So I found a go-between service, they, for a fee, will allow you to ship your items to that address, and then they can put them all together in one package and then ship them to you. And you know, I was a little hesitant at first because, you know, I mean, I have basically the suggestions of other people on the internet, random people on the internet, but I don't know if in the end I'm going to get screwed. So, but anyways, it ended up turning out all well, and, you know, after all my packages arrived, I told them to put everything together in one package. I paid, and they sent it out on Monday, and it arrived here on Friday. So, and in that package I got, so I said that I wasn't going to get any more of these things, or actually I said I try not to get as many of these things, but yeah, this guy is a character called Gon, and you know, before video games my first passion was comics, and part of the reason was probably because I was allowed to get comics, and there was a time when I really wasn't allowed to get video games, and it felt like it was an eternity, and also comics were a lot cheaper than video games, so when I could get video games, it was a lot easier for me to get a comic, especially when, you know, my mother would go to the grocery store and I could read comics, and then, you know, maybe ask if I could buy one for, you know, whatever it was, like $2 or something. Comics now are like $5, $4 or something. It's ridiculous. I had seen this guy in a comic shop, and it's basically this character called Gon, and he's from some Japanese manga, and it's a really cool comic, really. I mean, I'm going to call it a comic manga. I don't really care if I get grief for it, but basically it's very universal in that there's no dialogue in the comic, and everything's told through visuals. And it's about the wanderings of a dinosaur that's pretty much the last dinosaur on Earth. And he's only like a foot tall, but he's ridiculously strong, and he has tons of different misadventures running into different animals. I recommend reading it, and right now there's a resurgence of this character in Japan because they made some new anime based on him, and so I think they're reprinting all the manga and stuff, and new merchandise. So yeah, check that out if you're ever interested. And it's not even like since you don't read it, it's more of a look over the page, take as long as you want. They're very, I mean, you could just flip through the pages really quickly, but it's enjoyable. And unfortunately I don't have I can't show you it, because all my comic stuff is actually my parents' place, so yeah, I have pretty much the entire set from that time. I got it on like a Christmas gift one year. And related to this is the Japanese Super Famicom game based on Gon. And I was attracted to this before, but for a while now I was trying to find it, and I had seen it online. Like I said, I couldn't order it, and I find it for really expensive places from where I could order it for like $90 or something. But so I went through that, like I said, I went through that service, and I ended up finding one copy that was complete and had its mail, and really nice condition. It has some like warranty cards in there as well. I mean, it's yeah, it's a platformer game, but again, done very much in the with the influence of the manga, where there's really no direction. There's no dialogue. It's all done. There are cutscenes, but they're done through pictures, and so yeah. I mean, if you're probably a fan of the comics or the manga, you probably would be a fan of this, but otherwise, you may not enjoy this game. It has a very, I think the sound is probably the best part of the game. For example, when you move, it has a drum beat every time you make a footstep, and then when you run, the drum beat gets faster, and when your character gets really if he gets angry or pissed off, the music in the background changes to emphasize that. So anyways, I would say it's like an artsy game, independent artsy game before that was even really a thing. Now, I ordered one, but I ordered a second one because I really wasn't sure. I can only use the Google Translate feature. I'm not a native, Japanese is not my native tongue, so I wasn't sure about what I was getting from either of these places. So one of them was like $18, and the other one maybe was $16, and the other one was like $6. So you would think, oh, the $6 one could be cheaper, but honestly, I can't remember which one of these people charged me 16 or 18. And actually the funny thing is, I think it was these guys that charged 6, because they said like they gave me a discount because they said, oh, there's some fading on it on the top, and as you can see, there's some sun fading there, and on here. But this one has like a tear up here. So anyways, I'm gonna end up selling one of them, obviously. But while I was ordering stuff from Japan, I figured, what else can I do, maybe to ease the cost? I mean, it wasn't that expensive to ship everything. In the end, like I said, I got here super fast in 4 days. I ended up getting a rare game that I'd love to find in America, but probably never will, called Hagane. And those Japanese, they pack things really well. Everything here was just like drenched in excuse me ceramic tight condition. Came with its mail, and this game is like, in America, the American Super Nintendo version is like over $100 now. Like $150 or something. And this ended up being like $16. It's the same game. I think the title cards for levels are in Japanese, but it has the same gameplay, and yeah, so now I have two Super Famicom games. Oh, and you asked, how might I play these games? Well, the Super Nintendo, you probably know if you're a fan of retro game scene, finding out about maybe all the information regarding playing foreign games, but the Super Nintendo basically won't play these games because of one thing. There are these little plastic divots or tabs in the system that won't allow the cartridge to go all the way down, and that's it. I mean, it's a physical limitation, and so what I thought I could do, I don't have a Game Genie. That's one solution. You could pop it into the Game Genie and then pop it into your system, and it would work. And I'd actually have seen Game Genies before and just have said, oh, I won't never need one of those devices. But now I'm actually, if I ever see one at a yard sale, I'll definitely pick it up. The solution I have is to, and I already tried it, it works perfectly. Basically taking apart a American cartridge and pop in the Japanese game board into here and play. And yeah, I have a shitty looking label, and that's probably my primary reason for finding a Game Genie, so that I can actually see the game label. It's an aesthetic, but this looks like shit, obviously. I forgot to show it last weekend, but yeah, I got another one of these, and I think I told you I got one of them before. It's a HDD/DVD recorder. You can record to DVD or record to a hard drive. And yeah, $5 at a yard sale. I'd say that's a damn good deal. Alright. So, now for the reveal. So, like I said, this game I got for around $5, and normally would go for anywhere between $60 to $80 Nintendo game, and it is a beat 'em up. And obviously right now there are some of you that are jumping in your seats probably knowing what I got here. $5. Okay? And the only reason I got it for that was because there was a spelling error in the title. So yeah, I mean, you get if you find those, watch those auctions, because there's probably not a lot of people that are finding them, and I couldn't even find it in the search. So, but anyways, let's see what we got here. I'm excited because I'm wondering, like, if like I said, I got screwed, like the last time. Making it more difficult. Alright, here we go. So interesting that I can't open packages readily. Come on. There we go. There we go. Alright, here we go. Mighty Final Fight. $5, guys. $5. And it is in mighty fine condition. Some dust on here. I mean, I'm going to clean it up nonetheless. There's no marker, no tears, nothing. It's a very good looking cartridge. So yeah, I meant, you know, yard sales were a bust, but in the end, I ended up getting some really nice things. And I already tried out the Japanese games, and they're a hell of a lot of fun. So yeah, I always don't know how to end these things. But anyways, well, all of you guys have a good day, and get out there and find some cool stuff.